Welcome to the magic of photosynthesis with me, Sophie Kalawale. In the photosynthesis equation, your reactants are light, CO2, water to yield glucose and oxygen. Photosynthesis takes place in the chloroplast of a plant cell, but more importantly in the thylakoids of that plant cell. Photosynthesis first occurs when light hits the chlorophyll inside the thylakoids to break down water into oxygen and hydrogen molecules. While that is occurring, light is also hitting photosynthesis 1 to send electrons through the electron transport chain to change NADP to NADPH. But during that time, hydrogen molecules that were broken down from water are sent through the ADP synthase to turn ADP into ATP. Then the ATP and NADPH are moved into the Calvin cycle. Now at the Calvin cycle, you have to know it has 3 stages. Stage 1 is carbon fixation. Stage 2 is reduction, and Stage 3 is regeneration of RUDP. The first step in the Calvin fixation is when the CO2 binds to the 3,5-carbon compound RUBP. The 3 RUBP becomes 6 carbon molecules, each of which splits in half, forming 6 3-carbon molecules called PGA, which is energized by the ATP and NADP, turning it into PGL. The 6 PGL formed allows one to leave but in the Calvin cycle while the others stay and regenerate to turn everything back to the way it started again. Now, in cell respiration, you have to know the equation of it. After you know the equation, you can now know the steps that go along with cell respiration. The first step is glycolysis, the second step is Krebs cycle, and the third step is electron transport chain. In glycolysis, glucose is broken down to 2 pyruvate that yields 2 ATP and 2 NADPH. The pyruvate are then turned by the compound to acetyl-CoA. Acetyl-CoA enters the Krebs cycle and adds electrons to the NAD and FAD, sending it to the electron transport chain. In the electron transport chain, NAD and FAD have electrons that energize the electron concentration gradient, pumping hydrogen protons out. The hydrogen protons become too overflowed outside of the cell and want to come back in, and they come back in through the ATP synthase, which is helping produce ADP through using the hydrogen protons. And that's all, folks.
Created using Powtoon.